Welcome to Food and Loathing. You know the deal. We love Vegas. We love food. We figured out a way to make a living out of those two things, which requires us to visit a lot more restaurants than most people. And it gives us the opportunity to speak to more chefs than you'll find in a Food Network green room. This podcast is where we share all of that with the world, or whichever part of the world chooses to listen to us. I'm Al Mancini. My co-host and engineer is Gemini Stevens, and we are joined in person this week by Happy Hour Vegas' Andrew Morgan. We're coming to you from Alebrijes. How do you pronounce this? We're going to ask the chef in a minute, right? Alebrijes.
I want to say it's Alebrijes.
Alebrijes?
J is very often H.
Alebrijes?
But I don't want to make a
Could be. By Chef Paco in Neonopolis. You know where Neonopolis is. Yeah. You know Chef Paco. If not, we're going to remind you why you should. He's coming out here shortly. He's going to talk about the food, the happy hour, the weekend drag brunch, because thank God I live in a town where you could still get weekend drag brunch. I already saw that little bit of hate come up on my social media for posting that. Yeah, I'll tell you who that came from later, because you know the person. We'll also be sampling some of the menu here at Alebrijes for you, so you can get our very first reactions, because I have dined here, but I have not dined here for full dinner. I've been special occasions. We'll get into that.
Well, that's why I'm here, guys.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I love y'all, but, I'm really here for the food.
You want to be a perfect Rich Johnson replacement. Rich Johnson always says, "Are we eating?"
We love you, Rich.
We do love you, Rich, man. And we should start taking doggy bags and sending them back to Rich.
Yep.
I hope Rich appreciated my McDonald's review last week. Oh, okay. Lest we forget. Trustworthy producer Rich Johnson's the man who assembles all of this into a respectable-sounding podcast.
That's right.
He is, of course, working mostly behind the scenes these days as he's taken a new gig bringing news to the city of Seattle. We're grateful, man. He still finds time to do this podcast, which he has been producing for over 4 years. As he says it, he's never taken a week off, although we have. So he's really the heart and soul of this motherfucker.
True story.
Andrew, Gemini, how we doing today?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah.
Really good. I mean, obviously I got some big shoes to fill here with Rich's absence, but I will eat my way through it. That's for sure.
Eat your way through. How's everything in Happy Hour land, my friend?
Happy World is a happy place. I love it.
Yeah. We had to record this before Happy Hour hours so that we could get Andrew because, once Happy Hour rolls around, you got to find him at a bar. We would have to set this up at a bar somewhere that was open to do this. So as I said, man, we are at Chef Paco's new restaurant, Alebrijes, something like that, Alebrijes, and I did that without even looking.
Look at you.
Look at me. By Chef Paco in Neonopolis. Have you guys taken a walk out onto that patio
Not
out there?
yet.
I did.
There's some good views, though.
It's great views. I mean, that's the money spot. If you're going to, like at the evening, you see the lights and what have you, and the bar is right there.
Yeah, the corner spot, you're actually right at across from the beginning or the end, however you choose to say it, of the Fremont Street experience.
Yeah.
So the canopy is there. You're looking out on the canopy one way, and then if you look to your left from that is where they start off the zip lines, right?
You get to wave the zippers. That's
I love it.
Yeah, and the whole patio, well, not whole, I'd say 90% of the patio, you can wave to the zip liners as they go by.
Yeah.
I've got to feel like this place is just a no fucking brainer if you're looking for an event space in Las Vegas.
Gorgeous.
Correct, yeah.
Like everybody, the outside world hasn't quite caught on to the Arts District yet, which I know a lot of people are thankful for, but they're getting there. But they have caught on to Fremont Street. And a lot of people come to town, they're like, I want you to show me Fremont Street. I want you to show me Fremont Street. Now, if you're, I don't know, Apple fucking throwing a party at CES. I know they don't come to CES, but whatever. I just can't. This place is huge. You could do presentations. You've got a stage. You've got an outdoor patio. Zip liners are fucking going by.
Yeah.
A drag brunch.
A drag brunch.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus.
And it's colorful, and it's fun, and it's open, it's airy. There's something really, really fun about that.
Yeah, it's clean, it's accessible.
Yeah.
Love the view. And again, I have this thing about happy hours, rooftop with a view happy hours.
Absolutely.
This is one of them. That's going on the list. for
Yeah.
sure. So-
Very cool. Okay, so we've got a great show for you today. As I said, Chef Paco is going to be our guest. I've been reporting on him since, God, before my review journal days, I believe. He's going to bring out some food. He's going to sit down with us. Andrew is with us for the whole hour. He's going to do a standalone happy hour report for us later in the show, and it'll be live for a change, so we can chime in. Well, I always fucking chime in, so maybe I'll shut up and let Gemini chime in this time. I'm always yelling at him about how he drinks his sake or something, man.
Yeah, my sake game is weak. I know that, but I'm working on it. I'm doing the research.
We also just remember Jumai Ginjo and Dai Ginjo. Remember those 3 words, man, okay?
Jeez. You can't even spell Alebrijes. I mean, how do you?
Chef's showing up with the first food. Chef, how are you, my friend?
Thank you so much for coming.
Hold on, I'm going to hand a microphone to you. Tell me what you're sitting down
Chef
for.
Paco.
Thank you so much for coming. Here are the Alebrijes by Chef Paco. We got some chips and mole, some traditional homemade guacamole, and of course our salsa.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Chef. And it's Alebrijes?
Alebrijes.
Well, I have fucked it up so many times at the beginning of the show already, but there we go. Alebrijes.
Yes.
Okay, he's going to keep bringing us some more food.
Amazing.
We're going to come back here. Great show for you coming up today. As I said, he's joining us. Also in this show, we're going to have an interview with Lanny Chin.
I love Lanny
champion
Chin.
Lanny
Yeah.
Chin,
Nice.
discussing his upcoming Soul Belly Barbecue pop-up. And Irv's Burger CEO Lawrence Longo is going to sit down with me. Well, he did. I'm just going to play it now. And talk about the new Irv's Burger in the Miracle Mile shops. But first, we like to share some details on where we're dining. But let's take one of these chips.
Yeah.
man. That's so what is this, like a mole on that? Is that what
Looks
he's
like it,
saying?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
Oh.
I can hear the
Crunching
crunch
away.
in the headphones. I love it.
That's
We've got
that's good stuff. Right?
salsa,
That's beautiful.
guac.
That is like a mole or something. Right
Yeah.
in there?
Like a real mole.
With some sesame seeds. The chips are fantastic. Warm. They're not oily, not salty. That's some really good stuff right there.
Man, I love that. You know, a chef once said to me, a chef born in Mexico once said, to do a proper mole, you're going to have between 20 and 30 like key spices, and you need to be able to taste every one of them
Yeah.
if you're doing it right. That to me is like what I like to sit down and do and see how many different distinct flavors. I don't try to identify them because I'm not playing that game, but I like to play with my palate and watch how the flavors present themselves sort of one after another, and you get that off of this. So that's fantastic. Okay, we always talk about where we've been eating recently. That's what we do at the start of the show. This is the start of the show. Gemini, where have you been eating recently?
You know, I only had one little thing recently here in Vegas because I had a big show last week. I stopped by Alexxa yesterday at the Paris. A friend was doing a tequila tasting with some reps there, and I got invited. So I got off the plane, and I literally Ubered my way over to Paris to start drinking tequila. And it was really good. It was a taste with Agua Luz, I think is the brand, and they brought out all kinds of food, delicious-looking fruit platters and salads. I had a shrimp Caesar salad. Everything was really fresh. I liked that the salad dressing had a brightness to it. Sometimes I feel like it can be really rich. So, yeah, shout out to Alexxa for a quick lunch and some great tequila.
And nothing says Paris like tequila.
Right. I mean,
That's the go-to, right?
that is the go-to. I did buy some stuff from Dominique Ansel while I was there.
Dominique Ansel's in the Paris now. I forgot that. Yes,
I got
good to know.
some macarons. I got a butter croissant, a chocolate croissant, and a couple of desserts. And one of my girlfriends came over last night for some Thai takeout, and we didn't really get through anything. But I did have a macaron for breakfast, and it was fantastic.
Gemini is like a really, really good cook, right? And a baker, and she does all this
I
shit,
know where
right?
this is going.
So when I try to talk about like, oh my God, I learned so much from Dominique Ansel, it's shit that she already knew, right? But you get one of his, I never liked croissants, and I went to a croissant making class,
Yeah.
or a seminar really, with him, and the one thing, and Andrew, check this out. If you get a really good croissant, get a big knife and cut it in half, right? And if it's done right, there's this like perfect honeycomb pattern
Yes.
inside, which gives
Yeah.
it that flakiness. And I'm amazed by how much butter you put into those
Seriously.
motherfuckers.
That's layered upon layer.
It
I love
is.
it.
I loved it. Yeah, so good. So happy I got to have both of those little things yesterday. It was a good treat coming back to Vegas.
Cool. Yeah, Chef Anthony has been trying to get me to go back into Alexxa's. He's telling me they've done a lot with the menu. They've
Let's
done
do
a lot
it.
with the decor. So we got to make it a point. Of course, we spoke to him last week about that fantastic deal at Sherry
Yeah.
Rooftop,
Yeah.
which, by the way, I'm going to throw it out there again. $49 for a steak with
Yeah.
your choice of top shelf martini. I mean, it's just
I'm
fucking.
in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty goddamn good.
There you go. I mean, you had me at macaroons for breakfast.
Right?
So
I mean,
I'm good to go with that.
Okay, Andrew, where have you been eating recently that you like? And not just happy hour. Where have you actually been eating, sitting down?
So a little of both. I've been all over the place. But, I have a kind of a weekly ritual with my buddy Adrian, who works the bar at Osteria at Red Rock. Definitely go check it out and say hi to him. But we went to Herbs and Rye. That's
Cool.
standard
Yeah.
to go to.
Yeah.
Love it. I can't get enough of the cacio e pepe there. And it is on the happy hour menu. So for $16 for this big bowl of awesomeness, you can't go wrong with that one. I washed it down with a nice Belgian beer. I think it was a Leffe. And I was in heaven. That was just amazing for me. We sat at the bar. I always prefer to sit at the bar.
Yep.
I feel like
Then you're in the right business. Happy hour, man.
exactly. Go figure. Sitting in the dining room to me, and this is kind of new. I feel like it's getting a little touristy in there.
Yeah.
I feel like there's some douchebags from out of town that feel like they're foodies and they want to hit up the spot. And I don't blame them.
No, it's a great spot, and the cocktail tourists are always going to go there because it's got like maybe a 15-year legacy of
That's
just
right.
really being at the forefront of a local and a national cocktail explosion craft cocktail explosion about 10, 15 years ago. So
Yeah,
you
right
get
there.
them. I always tell people to go to the place on the other side of town.
Cleaver?
Why am I Cleaver? I always tell people to go to Cleaver if food is their first priority, and go to Herbs and Rye if cocktails are their first priority.
Yeah.
I don't really even know if that's fair anymore. I think they've probably raised their games at both places to such an extent that you get great at both. But it's just a way to separate the crowd, right? So
Absolutely.
that's my advice. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that the food's good over there.
Food's great. I mean, the experience is just fantastic, right? We had, shout out to Zach. He was behind the bar. He was hooking us up. And, of course, just, hey, try this concoction. Try this one. Try this one. So after about 3 or 4 of those, try these. Kind of stumbled out of there.
By the way, this
Hello, Uber.
guacamole is fucking good,
oh,
too.
it's so good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was my experience. Herbs and Rye. It's always a good go-to.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I've got a few more than that. So
Yeah, I was going to say, what about you?
let's rock me through this. And I might need a little help from you here, too. So I had family in town over the weekend. They were staying because they were sort of driving their RV across country to
Cool.
different places. So they were staying in Henderson because that's where they got an RV park. So we wanted to be like, okay, where are we going to meet them in Henderson? And no offense, Henderson, but outside of the casinos, man, it's slim pickings for me over there. I mean, there are bastions of quality, and I don't mean to run them down, but Henderson doesn't support good restaurants, I don't think, the way the west side of Vegas supports good restaurants.
Okay.
So anyway, so I'm going, where should I go in Henderson? Where should I go in Henderson? Then I'm like, yo, idiot, Todd's Unique Dining. Like, where else are you going to go but Todd's, right? So we went down to Green Valley, Todd's. We just recorded a podcast over there. We had the food. We knew it was great. So I brought my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my wife. We all went over there. Started with those goat cheese wontons with the raspberry basil sauce. Fucking great. They were actually even better this time than they were when we did it on the air. Their Asian dumplings, which are basically gyoza, were great. Sue's been a big halibut kick lately. She likes, she's more into the sort of the meatier fish, right, type of deal. So she's been doing a lot. They did it there with artichoke and caper sauce, and she fucking loved it. I had a bite. I thought it was great. Halibut's not my favorite fish, but I thought it was a great preparation.
Artichoke and caper sauce?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Todd knows what he's doing, man.
Yeah, he's a bit insane, but what to say? There's a fine line between insanity and genius.
Right. And we did. Somebody did a braised boneless short rib with jalapeno mash and caramelized onion sauce. Fucking really rock solid, tender as hell, of course, because he's going to do that. I think Larry had the steak special, which I didn't taste, but he loved it. I did the meatloaf with garlic mashed. Garlic mash, garlic, olive oils, and a caper demi. So, olives and a caper demi. My bad. And fucking great meatloaf.
Yeah.
I like to do meatloaf about 3 or 4 times a year. Somebody who does it well, and Todd does it well. Ended with a little butterscotch pudding that night in-house, and I took home some of their bread pudding, which was fucking fantastic. So that was cool.
Nice.
Next up, I went to lunch at Amelia's. Now, I want to like Amelia's. I really, really do want to like Amelia's. It's by the same company that brought us the chain Lola's.
Yep.
They brought us the Saint Honoré donuts.
Yep.
They brought us 3 Little Chicks.
Okay.
They've got the pizza in the Saint Honoré donuts.
Yep.
And I pretty much like everything they do. I mean, I would like Lola's more if I was a girl at a bachelorette party or a woman at a bachelorette party, excuse me. But I still do like it. You know, it's a good place. So I want to like Emilio's. It's right next to Sorrelino, which they opened not that long ago on the far west side, very close to my house, maybe about 3 miles west of the Durango Resort, right? You just keep fucking driving west. So I want to like these guys.
Yeah.
I really do. And I did not have enough food to know whether I like them because I only had 2 dishes while I was there. I will tell you that I was not particularly in love with the 2 dishes that I tried, but that's really not fair. I've got to get back. I've got to give it another shot. Service was really nice. They do a famous street corn queso dip, and then chorizo's optional, and you could do chicken or pork chorizo. So, like, you know me, Jem. Like, when I see something that sounds stupid on a fucking menu, I order it because I'm like, well, maybe the chef is going to prove me wrong, right? So I'm like, I'll have chicken chorizo.
Yeah, I'll try that.
It wasn't a good idea. No, I mean, I just didn't love the dip. I also did something they call Verduras tacos. Now, when it listed on the menu, it's mushrooms, cojito, roasted vegetables, avocado, salsa matcha. I kind of thought the mushrooms would be like in place of a protein, like the large. Like. They really weren't. It was just a fucking. It looked like almost a salsa was my taco, right? Like it's just. There was no main thing, right? It was just all dressing in a taco form. So that's how I took it. So, my friend Katie had shrimp tacos. She seemed to like them. I will go back to Emilio's, but I cannot honestly tell people that I want to like them, and I cannot tell people I liked them on my first try.
I like that you're willing to go back, though, because I've been to places where I'm like, I usually try and go twice at least anyway. But there are times where I'm like, yeah, this is not worth a second visit. So at least there's an option there.
Well, if I know it's a good operator and I go there once and I don't give them a fair chance, I mean, I feel like I owe it to myself and listeners to go back. So we'll set that up very soon. I'll be back there. Maybe I'll give one of you guys a call when I decide to go over there.
Let's do it.
We'll see if they have a fucking happy hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to look into. But here's the thing. This is a taco town. You got to have a strong taco game. And if it was unimpressive, then, hey, feedback is always good, but I agree with you. Let's go try it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go back.
Okay, so Irv's Burgers, man. I went to the one at Durango. While I was in California, there was a grand opening celebration for Irv's Burgers' second Las Vegas location within the Miracle Mile shops. I missed that, but I was really curious about Irv's experience in Las Vegas so far. So I gave a phone call, and I set up an interview with the company's CEO, Lawrence Longo. That's the kind of pull I have, man. Take a phone call, and I get the CEO. No, he's a great guy, willing to talk to a dick like me. That's really nice. Mm-hmm. And we went to the Durango location. I had lunch there. You guys know I work out of Durango on Fridays anyway, so that was cool. They gave me something called the best burger on the menu, double patty American cheese, herb sauce, grilled onions, pickle. Very, very, very good. Sloppy, juicy, messy, flavorful. Everything you want from a hamburger. I got it with fries, but at 11:30 in the afternoon as my first meal of the day, because I'm a late eater, I wasn't able to finish half. It was just fucking big.
No kidding.
And I liked it, and I want to say good things about it, but it's just fucking big, man. It's just really big. You know how at the end of the show I always tell people to stay hungry? Like, I don't like to overeat at any meal because I never know what chef I'm going to see later in the day who's going to put food in front of me. So I just had to go light on it. But anyway, while I was there, my conversation with Lawrence Longo. Here you go.
We love Las Vegas. Irv's Burgers has really been a hit here in town, and we love the community. The agent approached me about going into this new cool food hall, and I thought that the clientele, which is a lot of LA-based people and Las Vegas people, would be a great place. It's a crazy amount of foot traffic. So, and a lot of like kind of concerts. And I thought it would just be a great home for an Irv's.
For people who aren't familiar with Irv's, I think some might be surprised that it's not just burgers. You've got other things. You got turkey burger up there. You have other sandwiches. Could you explain the concept of Irv's to people?
It's like a diner stand in a way. It's really just like the all-American burger stand. And we serve burgers, we serve butter dogs, we serve BLTs, and we have an unbelievable pastrami sandwich that has 8 ounces of pastrami in between a piece of caraway rye bread with some like spicy honey mustard and fries, and we have some tots and onion rings and milkshakes. So it's really like, a 12-year-old's dream.
Look, burgers go in and out of fashion. Different things are popular at different times. Smash burgers are hot right now. Steak burgers have been hot in the past. What type of burger does Herbs make?
We're just an old school pressed burger. So it's the best of both worlds. You've got the crust of a smash, but you got the juiciness of a nice restaurant burger. So I believe we're not a hype trend. Like, we don't go chase any hypes. We're just the good old fashioned pressed hamburger.
I think a lot of people from the East Coast, when they come out west, are a little surprised by how big hamburgers and fast food and diners and all that are in California. First time I went to California, I was like, I thought California was so healthy, right? And yet they love their burgers, man. What is it about being a California-based burger joint and sort of an LA institution? Like, what's the culture around burgers there?
I mean, that's where they started. That's where really the burger culture was created. So it's only right that they're always like the top of the burger game. I mean, the burger competition in LA is like unmatched in any city. In 2018, I ate a burger a day every day for a year. I ate every burger there was. And, people just really, really care about making burgers in LA. And, you have the fast food culture, but you also have the premium fast food culture. And you have some of the best chefs in the world that they just love making burgers. I mean, did you see the movie The Menu? Yeah. And all he wanted to do was make a good old-fashioned hamburger.
Right.
And I think that's really, it's I don't think burgers ever go out of style. I think trends in burgers come and go, but everybody loves a hamburger all the time.
Could you give me the history of Herbs? Because you go back, 60 years?
Yeah, Herbs started off as on one of the first burger stands on Route 66 in West Hollywood, California. And it was, in 1970, it became Herbs Burgers. And all the, Laurel Canyon was basically, if you drove down Laurel Canyon, where Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, all the rock stars would hang out. And literally they'd come and they'd hang out at Herbs and they'd grab a burger at Herbs. And Herbs became this, in the, the 70s, 80s, 90s, and all the way throughout, it became just this hangout for all music and actors, because it was the neighborhood stand where all the musicians and celebrities of that era lived.
I'm an old 80s rocker kid.
Clash has a famous photo. The Clash loved it out there, and they were, it was just amazing. The music culture in Herbs is huge.
Yeah, and I think did David Lee Roth do a video there, if I'm remembering correctly?
Yeah, David Lee Roth is a big fan, and he used to come by quite a bit. He and Sonia, I think, still are friends.
Cool. So, what did you learn from going into the Durango Resort and getting your feel for the Las Vegas market that might be a little different than in the other cities that Herbs is? Have you had to adapt? And when you open your second location, have you had to sort of tweak anything for the Vegas market?
No, we fit in really nicely in the Vegas market because I think that we deliver a great value. I have a burger on my menu that's $5.95, and it's a 4-ounce patty. So you're actually getting a better value here than In-N-Out burger based off of the meat ratio to the price you're getting. So I think that why we were so well received in Las Vegas is because we deliver a quality product and we give you great value. And really, Vegas used to give great value. There was a time, and I think that's why we've been embraced by the city, is because we believe in value and quality, and so I think that we're a natural fit here.
I'm going to need some help from Andrew on this one. We went to the grand reopening party for La Madre Canyon Grill. Oh, wait, before we start talking about La Madre Canyon, Chef is back. Chef Paco, what you putting down for us right now?
So now we got some panuchos that are original from Yucatan, Mexico, with pork pibil, avocado, and queso fresco.
Oh, my God.
And also the challenge of the day, grasshoppers.
I saw that.
Right here, right there. And I'm throwing a 3 in my mouth.
Oh, gosh.
Everybody got it, and I'm sure you know it.
Absolutely.
You got the lime. Oh, yeah.
I'm all about it.
Very good.
Sure.
I love myself. I mean, you can freak out your friends. You show them a plate of grasshoppers, throw them in your mouth. They are delicious. You used to do them at El Dorado, and Very good. Thank you,
I
Chef.
like the
We'll have
crisp.
you
I
back
like
out
the
in a few
spice.
seconds.
Good flavor. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yum, yum grasshoppers.
What are they? Panuches?
I
These
believe-
are panuches.
Okay, those are
Yeah.
panuches.
Not the grasshoppers. I forget what the grasshoppers are called. So let's move from this great grasshopper dish, and it's really funny. You look at them; they look like crickets, really.
Well,
when you
they
look at
basically
them out
are.
there. I mean, yeah, they're really small. They're not like giant grasshoppers.
I wonder if they're a bestseller here.
I don't know, man. I love it. I've done articles in the past on places you can get insects
Yeah.
in Vegas, and there's not usually a lot of them, but
Yeah.
Chef Paco has always done it, and he's always done a great job with it.
Yeah.
I can see this being a dare with a lot of people. Hey, let's do some grasshoppers and some shots of tequila. Kind of
Yeah.
That's,
And I would much rather do that than do the stupid scorpion
I've
shots
done
that
that
they do
once.
at Nature Daddy. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a much
yeah.
better deal.
Yeah.
Okay, back to where I was.
Yeah.
Sure.
Andrew, we went over to the Madre Canyon Grill. You and I sat at the same table together for this.
Yeah.
It was a huge grand reopening party. Went on for several hours.
Yeah.
We heard from everybody over there. They've done a new take on the room. I mean, they've totally redesigned the room and they've redesigned the menu. So, thoughts?
Like you said, new room and a new menu. Great experience, actually. I really enjoyed it. I know it was for a kind of grand reopening, several hours, sit down. That's brave.
Yeah.
You know?
Absolutely, man.
But they pulled it off, man. I'm telling you what, there was food after food after food. I was one of those things where it was in the evening, so I didn't mind going home full.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had no complaints there, man. That was a good one.
I mean, I wrote down some of the dishes I had. Tacos, the original, just regular
Yeah.
ground beef tacos. Chicken sliders, which were really, really good. I like those quite a bit. Hamache crudo. I mean, first of all, I liked all of this stuff. There's nothing I'm about to say that I didn't enjoy, I don't think. And I'll mention it if I did. But the ones I'm pointing out are the ones that I really, really liked. I thought were above and beyond. Chicken sliders surprised me because that's not normally a dish that I would,
Yeah.
order. But go over to the bar. I think it's perfect for sitting at the bar. Their black bean soup was really, really good. We got that tiny little shot glass
shot of
full
black
of it,
bean
man.
soup, yeah.
It was fucking excellent.
Yeah.
They did some oysters for us. They did some meatballs, a garden salad, the French dips, which again really felt like nice bar food. They were
yeah.
small, right? They were. I don't want to say they're bite sized, but
Yeah.
they were, one hand held the entire thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Good French dips. Chicken fajitas, ribeye tacos, a deviled shrimp bowl, pork chops with, I think, pear. Was that pear that
It was
on
pear
there?
on there. I thought it was apple. It was pear. And
Okay.
Yeah, and the hits just kept coming, right?
Yeah,
It was
black
like, I
beans
was,
and Mexican rice on the side, wild mushrooms, kimchi Brussels sprouts. You
Yep.
stuck around for dessert, right?
I did.
What
I
was
always
dessert?
leave before dessert because I got so fat off all that other shit.
Well, that's the whole thing. It was hard to enjoy because just like one thing, I'm sitting there getting, throwing tacos in my gob thinking this is what I'm going to be eating. And next thing you know, you've got ribeye tacos. You got a freaking pork chop.
Oh my God.
I'm like, okay. So yeah, why not make room for dessert?
So I guess they had strawberry shortcake conchas, churro ice cream sandwiches, and
Yep.
cinnamon chocolate cake. That's what was promised on the
Wow.
menu.
Strawberry shortcake was a standout.
That was the standout?
For me. And for the table, I kind of surveyed people there. Everyone was like, yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. No, it's definitely good.
Over the weekend, I did drag brunch here, where we are.
Yeah.
But we'll be talking about that later, so I'm just going to let that go. I had a meeting over at the Stove in Henderson,
Yeah.
right? And I haven't been there really since the current regime was in 100% control over it.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if it's official, but I think everybody knows Johnny Church has contributed to the menu
Yep.
over there and helped out with that. And, Tyra. So people that we know running the show.
Yeah.
I still haven't made it over there. I always kind of viewed it as a Rich Summerlin house, Real Housewives of Summerlin kind of brunch spot, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that. But when we went, it was not the party brunch. It was on a weekday. It was just very, very calm. We had some great dishes. I had a crab Benedict that I liked. My guest had a burger. He really liked that. And that, I guess, is about all that we have. Yeah, and
Crab
that's all we
Benedict.
had that day. A crab Benedict was really good, man. It was another case, though, of me not finishing it. Like,
Yeah.
I always feel bad chefs are going to see my shit. Chefs who know me are going to see the stuff going back to the kitchen, not
Yeah.
done. And
Yeah.
it's just because I never finish anything anymore, man.
I'm the same way, and I feel bad, but I started, because we eat so much, I just can't finish it. There's no way.
I just don't have that problem.
You are blessed, my friend. Coming up, a happy hour report and the news. But first, Chef Francisco Paco Cortes joins us to talk about this restaurant and all the great things they do here, including Drag Brunch and a great happy hour.
This is Food and Loathing. And as promised, Chef Paco joining us. Chef Francisco, but Paco Cortes, correct, Chef?
Yes.
Yes, but everybody just calls you Paco. The restaurant is by Chef Paco.
Yes, right.
Okay, cool. So one more time, how do we pronounce the name of this restaurant?
Alebrijes. Alebrijes by Chef Paco.
What's that mean in Spanish?
So alebrijes are the creatures and the folklore of Mexico. If you ever see the movie Coco, they say they are the guidance on the spiritual side.
Oh, I love that.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
I see the characters around on the walls here, right? Is that-
Yes.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
Yes.
I love
Oh, really? I had no idea. I've never seen that show. And I've got the Disney Channel, so I'm going to go home and watch that. There you go. I'll be able to better enjoy this place.
That's right.
So, congratulations on opening this. This is a huge space. Of course, I know you from when you were with El Dorado Cantina. I don't know if you were the original chef over there, but you designed a lot of the menu items that I really loved over there when it was a one single operation. Then you were over at Senor Frogs.
Yes, I was a corporate.
Which, you know, it's a very tourist-friendly thing, but I went there to watch, I think, Drag Brunch there as well, right?
Yeah.
And it was great, and I enjoyed the food there. But I'm thrilled to have you have your own place. And this is a big place, man. What inspired you to come down to Fremont Street?
So it's just about taking advantage of the space. I mean, the view is amazing. I mean, it's a huge space, but when you have big parties and corporates looking for a good place, this is a destination, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And I'm assuming you get a lot of those, or if you don't, you should be getting a lot of those. I love that the zip line goes right past the patio, man. Like, that's weird.
Right.
You could throw shit at tourists if you want, but you might get in trouble for that.
I was
so
going to
I'm
say, maybe not
encouraging
encourage that one.
I know. I'm going to get a call from the LVCVA after this airs. They're going to be like, please don't throw
do
shit
that.
at the tourists. No, we love our tourists
Yeah.
in Vegas, man. You know, they give us money.
Yeah.
And they've got enough reasons to hate America right now, so I'm not giving them any more back. So, Chef, what style or what influences of Mexican cuisine are you bringing to this restaurant?
So I'm saving the rustic side of Mexico. So I'm really, you just mentioned when I used to work for El Dorado Cantina, I used to travel the whole country of Mexico. I don't know if you know this, but my mom used to be a chef. Mm-hmm. So she's my inspiration.
So she's your influence. Nice.
Yeah, she's the one that taught me how to do all this. So even when I was traveling to Mexico, she goes with me to all these places. So most of the times when you take chefs to the cities or to the places, they take you to these fancy restaurants,
Yeah.
like to impress you. And I'm always tell my coworkers or the people that I know, take me to the, to the rustic side. I really
Right.
want to learn that because that's what everything came from.
Where the locals eat, not where they
Yeah.
go on their special occasions, but where
yes.
they go when they want a good, real meal.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Mercado, we call Plaza. So it's like this lady making tortillas in front of you, handmade with no machines or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that's what really impressed me and that's what I really love.
I remember I interviewed you one time. I think we made a video for some other publication where you had gone down, and this was really news to me. Mexico is apparently where the Caesar salad was invented, and you
Yes.
went down and actually staged or worked with them at the hotel where the Caesar salad was invented. Could you tell us people about that again?
Yeah, it was in Tijuana. They have this famous hotel where they invented the Caesar salad. So people thought the Caesar salad was made in Italy. It's not. That's
Yeah.
from Mexico. So they tell us the chef ran out of the ingredients, so he just tried to mix everything in there to create a dressing, and he became very popular in that. So,
Wow.
I mean,
Do you
I
do-
got the recipe.
Do you
with
do
it.
a Caesar here?
Yes, I do, and
You
I've
do?
actually used that recipe. Yes.
Ah, very cool. Is it done tableside here, or do you do it in the back?
No, we do it in the back.
Okay.
It's just something that I plan to do it in the future, like some special. But for now, we do it in the back. And it's still very fresh and it's
Yeah.
very good.
I love that.
You learn something new every day. I hear there.
Yeah.
Caesar salad.
Right?
There you go.
See, you got to come by more often. We teach you some
Right?
stuff.
I love this. Yeah. Paco, what's your mom's name?
Alicia.
Alicia. So we have Alicia to thank you for all this.
She passes last year.
Okay. Well, sorry to hear
Sorry
that.
to
but
hear that,
that's-
Chef.
but
So
her
part of
legacy is here. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so part of the inspiration of Alebrijes is we went to Oaxaca, Mexico, where is the mole original from, the chocolate.
I was hoping you'd have a mole
Yes.
story for me.
Yeah,
Please
so
tell me
that's-
about this.
So it's all about the rustic side, like I say. The ladies ground this by like a molcajete, but this is ecos metate. So they go like this, and they grind all the powder, the chilies to the powders, and then they mix it with chocolate, cacao, and all that. So it's more like the Indian side that I'm looking for. So when I say rustic Mexican food, I'm going to go to the roots. It's not just, like a regular salsa or guacamole, We want something that is, very rustic and something that the Indians used to do.
Yeah.
So that's the real flavors. We just transform everything, but it's just like the pibil, the one that you have in there. It has the pork that has to marinate 48 hours in order to get the tenderness, and then we cook it on the oven for another 8 hours.
Wow.
It is super tender.
That's
oh
an
my
investment.
God.
Yeah.
But the thing about that is the peef. Peef is a hole on the ground that they make,
Yeah.
so they cook it in there.
Okay.
So that's the difference between the gas or the oven versus having this ground with some woods and some chocolates in there.
Sure.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so going back when I went to Oaxaca, Mexico, I fell in love with the sculptures and the colors. So if you see Alebrijes, it's all about colors and folklore and the vibes of Mexico. So everywhere you go, even if they cook these little chips, that's what I get the inspiration to provide free chips and mole to every table, because you go there and they give you everything. Like they have a lot of good hospitality. So they really make you feel welcome. And
So the chips with mole are complimentary when you dine
Yes.
here? Oh, that's
all the
fucking
That's
worth
worth
that, man.
That's
Yeah.
worth the 3 flights up here, man. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely.
An elevator, you
So
know.
I'm-
Oh, now you tell me.
There's underground parking and an elevator.
Yes.
I can't push
And it's some of the
buttons.
best price parking in downtown Las Vegas is in the
Yes.
basement of Neonopolis.
There you go.
So I'm always say that if you go to a Mexican restaurant and you don't have something good to start, just a salsa like this, just go away. Just go away because
Right.
the experience won't be good.
Well, you just proved one of my theories right. And I don't know. I must have gotten this from a Mexican person, because I'm certainly not I'm not going to be an expert on anybody else's culture, so I'm sure it was. But anyway, somebody said to me once that if you go into a restaurant and you see a mole on the menu, ask your waitress or waiter about it, and if they don't have some fucking story that involves somebody's mother or grandmother,
Yep.
then just fucking skip the mole. Right? Here you go. He's got his story, man.
Yeah.
So you know it's going to be
I
good.
love it.
Right.
And I've used that. I went to Frank and Fina's one time, and
Yep.
I was like, "Hey, what can you tell me?" And she's like, "Oh, the chef has this long story." I was like, "Okay, I'll do it, man. You
Yep.
know, it's a good rule. Good rule of thumb."
And honestly, it looks great.
It
with,
does.
With the seeds on top of that one, the presentation. I mean, the whole room looks great, by the way.
Yeah.
We're sitting here center room right next to the Drag Brunch stage.
Yep.
But the decor, the ceiling, the heights, it's just so nice in here. It's just airy and bright and clean and good. I'm excited about this one, man. So,
And it is super bright, man.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely
Great view.
very festive, man, and it's almost, with the plants hanging down over that bar, it's kind of, it's reminiscent. Everybody wants a Tulum feel these
Yeah.
days, right?
Right.
So you got your little touch of that. I hate that I know that, right? I hate that I know what the trends are in marketing Mexican restaurants in Las Vegas. But yes, the
Yeah.
Tulum feel is you got a nod to that, but you also have Mexican artwork on the walls. You've got a lot of really, really beautiful stuff here. How did you collect this art collection that we're looking at?
So once again, everything comes from Oaxaca, Mexico. So going back to the story, when I went to my mom and I told her, you know what? One day I'm going to have a restaurant and I'm going to call it Alebrijes. So she said, okay, I'll be right back. She came back. She gave me a little alebrije. So they say that's a lock as well. So you have your own lock. So she gave me that and I've been blessed. Actually, when it was a year ago when I got Senior Frogs close here in Las Vegas, so they proposed me to move to Bahamas. They have a big project over there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was one of those days when you think Bahamas or my own dream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this became my own dream. After a few days, on the grand opening of Fort Lauderdale, my mom passed the same day. That
Oh,
was
wow.
the inauguration. But then after like 3 months, I received the invitation to be part of this amazing project, and I think she blessed me, and this
Yeah.
is what it is. So
That's
That's
good to hear.
amazing.
Yeah.
Looking over you, man. Looking over you.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah.
now, Chef Paco, I got to talk to you about happy hour here.
Oh yes.
What's your favorite thing? So first of all, you have a happy hour.
Yes.
That's amazing. And again, the room, the view, this is a perfect place for happy hour, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite thing on the happy hour menu?
So once again, I want to be more rustic, and I want people to experience that.
Yeah.
That's why I serve the grasshopper. So that's the number one
Love it.
thing that I want people to try, because nobody else has it in here.
Yeah, if you come here, I mean, I don't want to call people out, because you could come here and not eat the grasshoppers, and I'm not going to, but
You should.
I will
You
look
should eat
down
them.
on you. I will call
Yeah.
you a pussy if you don't eat at least one
Exactly.
grasshopper. Still come, but if you see me eat a grasshopper, I'm going to call you a pussy.
Right?
I think it's just part of the experience. And once again, if I bring you this culture, I want you to experience at least one, and just so you know what is the real roots of Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm always say Mexican food are different from Tex-Mex. So I have to have some Tex-Mex in here because when people walked in and say, I want fajitas, I can say,
Yeah.
I don't have it. I
Right.
don't want to lose a customer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But also I want to educate people and how to eat and what to get when we're on these restaurants. So for example, part of the culture, we have a short rib with chicatanas. Chicatanas are ants. So that's
Ants.
part. Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
you're gonna-
Look at that.
You ate grasshoppers already. Well, get ready for the ants.
The ants?
That's like
Okay.
you know, the meal ready. And this is
right.
part of the culture. I mean, if you go to Oaxaca or you go to those places, I mean, everybody has it on the stands, the street stand.
Yeah.
That's like a street food. So you go everywhere, they serve you this as an appetizer with a little shot of mezcal. I don't know if you're ready for mezcal or some margaritas, but we
yeah.
will.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm ready. My liver ain't ready, so I'm going to have to pass on that.
But you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's very normal.
Yeah.
It's like going on the street to buy some popcorn. Everybody has it.
Yeah.
You know, everybody have it. And it's like, I want to bring that experience here. I want to be the unique, and I want to be the one that has something that nobody has, you know, and then so give people the experience.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
Andrew, you probably know this already. Either one of you guys could tell me, but what is the actual happy hour offerings that you guys have? When is it? What hours? What kind of deals?
It's 3 to 6 every day, pretty much, right?
It's actually 4 to 6.
4 to 6.
And then we have a reverse happy hour from
Yep.
10 to 12.
Correct.
So we open from 11 in the morning to midnight every day.
Okay.
Obviously, we also have the Drag Brunch Saturday and Sunday. We have 2 shows, one at 11 a.m. and one at 1:30 p.m. Sorry, yes. And then we offer different small bites, you know, like the salsa, chips, the grasshoppers, the panuchos that you tried on the menu.
Yeah, that's really good, by the way. that
Yeah,
furniture.
the taquitos, and we also have $7 margaritas and $5 draft beers and more stuff in there. But once again, it's just part of a invitation for everybody to come and try it out. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of people's on a budget right now.
Yeah.
They're looking for a good spot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's
That's a
why
very good
happy
point.
hours are the way to
the
go,
expert.
man.
And they have grasshoppers on the happy hour.
Yes.
So-
Yeah, I think you become, addicted to it. He loves it now.
Yes. Oh, he'll be here all the time, man.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about Drag Brunch.
I was just going to ask.
Because, and here's the thing, man, I fell in love with drag as an art form when I moved to New York City in like 1991. I was on 14th and 5th Street. My wife and I don't even know if we had the dog yet. It was like we were brand new to Manhattan. And we walked down to Union Square Park, and that was the year that they had moved Wigstock to Union
wow.
Square just for one year, right?
Yeah.
So I had no idea, man. I'm looking around. D-Light is playing. I think D-Light may have actually been on the stage, right? I'm hearing Groove is in the Heart, and I'm just seeing all these flamboyantly dressed people. I'm realizing a lot of drag queens, and totally, it was such a fun party, man. I've always loved drag culture. My brother eventually dated a drag performer. Her name was Tasty Margarita when
I
she
love
was
it.
in drag. He's not with her anymore. He's since been married to another wonderful guy. But so, I have a huge appreciation for drag culture, and I love that you had Drag Brunch over at Senor Frogs and you have Drag Brunch here. What inspired you to do that?
It's just the vibes. Alebrijes is all about the spirituality and all the vibes that we can get. Like you said, you feel very comfortable because of the colors, the vibes, the energy. So they brought a lot of good energy.
Yeah.
And they're very picky on what they eat and what they have and what they do. So it's a great combination, between the both worlds of Chef Paco's cuisine,
Yeah.
plus, the entertainment that they brought, because of the energy. And once again, all the great performance that they do. I mean, you experienced it.
Oh, yeah. No, we had so much fun here. Now, we got the VIP seating, right? So we sat down. There was already a bottle of sparkling
Cool.
and a carafe of orange juice. I don't know, what the difference is between VIP and regular, but that was great.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of cocktails that are included that you can order. And then, a nice little buffet over there. And I mean, I know, Chef Paco, you could do much more fancy things than you do at that brunch buffet, but it's all that you need when you're at a party brunch,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want too much crazy shit because, I want to be able to tip the dancers. I don't want to be
Yeah.
paying that close of attention, right? And, but waffles with so many sweets that you could put on them, and fucking whipped cream and goddamn M&Ms and all of that shit.
Whoa.
But
Nice.
it was just everything was really good. You had like a fajita station there, you had a little dessert station. Remind me some of the things I'm forgetting that we had.
Yeah, we have the traditional breakfast that has the scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage,
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yeah.
country potatoes, and then we go to the waffle station that you can create your own waffles, with different toppings, including berries, bananas, caramel, chocolate. And then we go to the Mexican side, which is the side that I represent from Alebrijes. We got just the simple stuff like you just said. I can go more fancy, but it's something that people can just try and get used to, like the fajitas, chilaquiles, rice beans, carnitas, and taquitos and quesadillas. So,
Nice.
and then the sweet side that everybody loves is little danishes and also churros and the cupcakes.
Cool.
And fruit, fresh fruit.
And then, and it's all perfect for the fact that you get in here and they do it at 11 and 1,
Yeah.
and so they they got to get on their game because
Yeah.
if you're with 11, they got more people coming
Exactly.
in, right? So the show is going on for most of the time that you're sitting down, and this is perfect food to have that you can pick at, you can enjoy, you can get up, you can go back, you can get a refill, pass the dancers as
Yeah.
you're doing that, right? I should also note that you have 2 guys and 2 women who I believe are cisgender, born the gender they are
Sure.
presenting themselves at right now. I mean, basically, just 2 really hot chicks and 2 really hot guys dancing half naked next to the drag queen, showing much, much more skin. So if you're one of these people, you got a friend who's, might be freaked out about looking at drag queens, trust me, they're going to find somebody hot to look at here, and they're going to go home and masturbate either way. So it'll be fun.
So
And
hot
that's what
chicks
I'm in
and
favor
churros. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
down. I'm here.
I mean,
like
they're
that.
beautiful. All is right, This guy help us, Jesus and Casey. They put the production together so well. I mean, they put so much effort, passion, and love, and that's what I love when they come in and ask me, Chef, we want to be part of Alebrijes. And I say, as long as you got the energy and the dedication and love and passion for what you do, you're welcome to. So when I met Jesus, which was the choreographer for Senior Frogs, I don't doubt it. I said, you know what, you're in. Because I see how much passion and love they put into this. I mean, you see him and he's like, I'm very strict with my food and with my cooks and how they cook it right and have to be almost perfect, because nobody is, but we try to achieve there. But actually, when I see Jesus coming every day to show them the steps, and he was also one of the performers, like one of the dancers. And he was right when he told me, Chef, I want to be different and unique. I want to have 2 girls and 2 guys, because sometimes, like you come in with your wife, and you're not going to be looking at men's. Were you?
I mean, I told them it was fun because there's a lot of interaction with the crowd,
Yeah.
right? And so she seemed a little bored when she's like, "Are you guys been together? How long? 39 years?" And she's like, "Oh, that's boring." I'm going like, "Hey, dude, I'm open to anything, man. I'm tipping the boys, I'm tipping the girls, I'm
That's
tipping
right.
everybody. I like sexuality expressed in all of its forms. I don't have a preference for what I want to do, but I'm open to thought. I'm open to suggestions there too.
So right now, I love that because everybody's so open and they take this venue so good and they, like help us a lot and they spread the word. I mean, the guys been doing so amazing job, Jesus and Casey. And I'm very proud of having been part of Alebrijes, and you guys are welcome to come in and see it and experience the
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
I'm here.
want to come back to.
I'll definitely
Yeah.
come.
It's good to come back.
You know
right?
what was really funny is I'm sitting at that table over there,
Yeah.
and of course they ask who's in their 20s, who's in their 30s, right? And it gets up to like who's in their fucking my age frame. I'm like the only person who raises, but the people sitting next to me were family members of one of the performers, and performer's name was Elliot, and apparently Elliot was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, great.
And
No kidding.
Elliot's mother and stepfather were there, and they were a blast. I mean, they were interacting with, and that's why I say it's cool, right? When you've got like these people older than me, the only people older than me, and they're having a good time talking about how many ex-marriages they fucking have. They're getting in on the fun, and it was really, really a blast. More food just
Are you
arrived. Chef,
fucking
we're
kidding
running
me?
low on
This is
time.
insane.
It's like,
What you brought out before we let you go.
Well, I tell you, I better not be on a diet.
oh my gosh.
I got good stuff for you. I mean, Al's very good critic. I mean, I'm always want Al to come here because he's one of the food critics that in Vegas that people even love or hate. And I love him because he's very straightforward. He really told you the thoughts and he's really, made you grow, and I really appreciate he's here. And he's always give us a feedback, and I think that's what we really want. People to really give us the right thoughts. It's not just to buying for coming and talk good about the place. He's a really, really good person, the critic, the food. And
Are we talking about the same Al?
I mean, that people hate me.
Right? I mean, I'm on the side of the,
I'm
of the chairs
surprised-
that
surprised people
he's
like
really
me.
come in and they're like, oh my God, all's here, everybody's running. And I was like, what's going on? Well, I just walked in, like people has a lot of respect for him.
Yeah.
And he earned that because
Absolutely.
he's
He
a
earns it,
really
yep.
good critic,
Oh,
and I
man.
really appreciate that.
Well,
So-
those are some very, very, very kind words. I do appreciate them. I don't think I deserve them, but I do appreciate them. Chef, what have you brought for us?
So we got the traditional enchiladas with chicken, green sauce, beans, and rice.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go to the training. Everybody has quesadillas now. So quesadilla is from Jalisco, Mexico.
And by the way, I'm mad because everybody has quesadilla, but nobody's birria is made out of goat. And birria should be made out of goat.
yes.
Yeah,
But I'm
please.
betting you do it with beef because you got to,
Yes,
right?
so that's the thing, like people's not used to it. I mean, we have to educate people to really enjoy that, like I'll say. So you got to be one of those places that you go and eat that, but you have to learn the food first.
Yeah.
Because like he said, he's craving that now. I'm sure he tried it somewhere, and I bet it's in Mexico. I don't think.
No, I'll tell you the first time I tried birria, not quesadilla. You know the Sahara Industrial Park where all the sex clubs are? I know them, and Lotus of Siam used to be in there. There was a birria spot in there when I was writing for Las Vegas City Life,
Yeah.
and they were serving only goat. And
Yes.
my bosses sent me over there to try it, and the headline on the cover of City Life said, Al Mancini eats a goat.
Oh, okay.
But I love the spot because I might as well have been in Mexico because I showed up. Everybody in there speaking Spanish. They're watching soccer or football or whatever it's called in Mexico on the screen. They come over, they look at me like, what are these fucking weird-ass honkies doing here with the funny hair and all that shit? And they come over, they're like, can we help you? I'm like, yeah, can we see a menu? It's like, we only got one thing. You want large or you want small? Right?
Obviously,
There
you
you
got
go,
the large,
man. Yes.
right? You pick
Yeah,
the
we'll
large.
do 2 larges, man. And it was a blast.
Yeah, it's good. So once again, you have the training. Everybody's doing this now. So yeah, since it's
And
part
this
of
is
the
really
tradition-
good. I'm digging into
Yeah.
it. The consomme
yeah.
is beautiful and
Yeah.
really, really just rich and juicy and flavorful.
And,
Yeah.
and talk to us about this beautiful specimen on a plate.
Yeah, so
here.
the next plate is short rib with chicatana. So I just want to point it out. This is the chicatana, which has the ants. So that is
okay.
mashed potato and some grilled veggies. But you can see how these follow the bond.
Oh, my God.
God.
Oh, man, that's crazy. But what
That is
those
the
ants?
sexiest
That
thing
is
I've seen in
insane.
a long time.
Yeah. So I
Where
just
are
want
the ants? I'm looking.
this one here.
Oh, okay, over there. So
Yeah. So you're gonna when you Google, I'm always tell people just to Google so you feel more safe.
Yeah.
And you kind of learn more about it. But it's just part of the culture of Mexico. So
Sure.
once again, these ants come only once a year.
Oh, wow.
So when
Wow.
the rain come down, they pour into one of those villages. So they have a lot of rain, and they come out.
Okay.
So that's when they catch it.
That's
so
when they got it.
Remember when we got a couple of years ago, we have the infestations of the
The crickets,
Oh,
the
yeah.
grasshopper.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So I'm always tell people and make them understand and kind of educate them the difference between crickets and grasshoppers. Same thing with the rat and the rabbit. They're the same family. One of them is from the grass and the other is from the garbage.
Got it.
Same thing with the grasshoppers and the crickets. Crickets are the ones that you find on the drain or the streets versus the grasshoppers. They grow in the cornfields.
Okay.
The
So-
chapulín.
Chapulines.
Yes.
You can say it
I
right.
got
So
it.
they're very traditional dish from Oaxaca, Mexico. So
well,
once
they
again-
give a little crunch to that mash. There's potatoes on the bottom there,
Yes.
right? Like
Yes.
they knock it up. They get a little
Yep.
bit of flavor. I like them.
Yep.
I like the
Ants.
earthiness of them. I have both grasshopper and ant salt at home for cocktails.
Okay.
And the earthiness goes really well with like mezcal and things like that.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
So
Love
also,
it.
once again, when I tell people to learn, that you Google, it's a lot of protein on them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
they say that's the food of the future. So you see a lot of places now, they have like these protein bars made of grasshoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, this was like, I will tell you, $20 a pound. Now, it costs me $100 a pound.
Okay.
Really?
Right? So
Wow.
it's just hard to get it, plus the shipping.
Yeah.
Because it has to go through the health department inspection and all that. It has to be certified. But like I told you, before it was like anybody can have it. Now
Yeah.
it's a delicacy. So I try to educate people on that side. Like
Yeah.
this is something unique that nobody has.
Yeah.
And trust me, you gotta eat it. It's expensive.
Yeah, you can't.
know?
I don't think you can pick it up at your local Albertsons either.
I'll tell the story about how I kind of called Brandon Powers' bluff on creating grasshopper pizzas.
Oh, when
at,
all that was
Evil
happening?
Pie one time when that was happening, and he ended up doing it, and it became like a national news story.
Yep.
He was like, I'm going to do that. And I'm like, I'm going to come down. And then he had to go and find them. Anyway, Chef, this has been fantastic. We are going to dig into this as we wrap up with our news and all of that stuff. Thank you so much for your time. One more time, I think best parking is in the basement here, right? If you're
Yes.
coming to downtown.
Absolutely.
Neonopolis, it's $3 for the first hour, $2 for each additional hour. It maxes out at $9.
I think so,
mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I parked.
in Vegas, you can't fucking beat that. Then you get in the elevator, you bring it up to the second floor. The name of the restaurant's right on
Third
the
floor.
elevator. Third floor, sorry. Name of the restaurant's right on the elevator button. You push it, and here you go, man. Chef, thank you so much for your time. What else do we need to know before we let you go?
Well, once again, we open from 11 to midnight. Great happy hour. I want to do I'm going to start doing some tequila dinners. You know,
Ooh.
so that's when we have more rustic food. you
Okay.
know. So on the menu we have duck carnitas too. Did you try it?
Yes.
I don't think I did, no.
No, but that's duck carnitas.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you know, it's more of those dishes that I want people to explore and try and be the difference from anybody else. You
Yep.
know? Alebrijes is the culture, tradition, and flavors of Mexico.
Chef
Awesome.
Paco,
Thank you so
just
much.
Thank you so much. This is so inspiring to get people to try something new, which is something that's my mission. I want people to go try. So that's why happy hour is so great, right? It's just like, hey, it's 1 hour. It's not a lot of money. It's something that, you know, you can go out and try new things. So everyone, I would highly recommend this place.
Yeah.
And
Chef
bragging
Paco,
rights.
you're
To
just-
telling your
Absolutely.
friends you ate fucking grasshoppers.
Exactly.
Okay, we have a live happy hour report
do.
with Andrew Morgan coming up after this break. And, of course, the news. This is Food and Loathing.
Need a restaurant recommendation? Then you need Neon Feast, the most convenient, most comprehensive, and most trustworthy collection of Las Vegas restaurant recommendations on the internet. Veteran food journalist Al Mancini, whom you might remember from, listening to this podcast, asked the city's top chefs, restaurateurs, critics, journalists, and influencers for their favorite spots in more than 100 categories. Why take the advice of an anonymous online wannabe or a paid influencer? Neon Feast will tell you where people in the industry send their family and friends for a great date night, to watch a big game, or get a taste of Old Vegas. Looking for a great steakhouse? You want a great burger? Maybe a little caviar? Need a place in Summerlin South, the Arts District, or Seven Hills? Las Vegas brings the neon. Local foodies provide the feast at neonfeast.com or the Neon Feast mobile app.
We are going to do a live happy hour report with Andrew Morgan. I also have to tell you, the short rib's fucking tender as hell. It's beautiful.
Oh my God.
That's a tomatillo sauce
Yeah.
or something on the enchiladas.
Uh-huh.
It's so good. I like the acid and the bite in there. It's really, really tasty
And the
to me.
tortillas, I mean, fork tender, just perfect.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's
So, leading into Happy Hour Report, you know you love him. His name is Andrew Morgan. He has happyhourvegas.com. He does for happy hours what Neon Feast does for restaurants, and that's why we love working to him and with him, and we love partnering with him as often as we can. Andrew Morgan, welcome back. What do you got to tell us about on the Happy Hour front today?
good to be back. Happy to be a part of this little club here.
Yeah.
We feed you. See?
See, that's why I'm happy, right? This is exceptionally
Oh
good.
my God.
Wow. I'm excited to come back here again for happy hour. And you know what? Everyone out here in podcast world, meet me here for
Yes.
happy hour. Let's do it. I'm going to put it up there. Today, complete opposite. what we're throwing our gob to today is wino.
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 Okay.
So, you know, Al, you and I went there not
Yes.
too long ago. We didn't go for happy hour. We were there, but a lot of the stuff that we tried was on the
Wine
happy hour.
bar in the Uncommons.
Yep, we've recorded there. I've done happy hour there. Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
food is by Sean McLean.
Yep.
Yep.
Which is really great. And they're actually coming to the JW Marriott. You know, you and I
Yes.
didn't talk about our trip to the JW Marriott. We're going to...
Our spa day?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, we did get some news on that. But you tell me about Wino's Happy Hour.
Yeah.
Tell everybody.
So I'm a fan. Like I said, it's kind of the opposite here. It's a little lighter. Light bites. You know, we had the hamachi and caviar, which is quite nice. It was very light, but perfectly seasoned. Really nice little vinegary, part to it. And then also the, what else do we have? We had the bruschetta. So just very
They
nice.
called that a grandma slice or something, but it was like a flatbread.
That was the grandma
Okay.
slice that we had, but I had, a separate occasion.
Oh, okay,
It was
sorry.
bruschetta. It's whipped ricotta, tomato conserva, and Parma ham. So, again, really great concoction, but very nice light bites, and it pairs well with all sorts of wine, and the server can tell you what wine you should pair with. So, really kind of nice there. It's on a happy hour, glass of wine, $9. By the way, you can get a fairly decent non-alcoholic wine.
Yeah.
I know,
We
man.
tried the Riesling.
Yes.
And I was okay with that.
From Germany, Riesling with no booze in it. I was
Right.
amazed, but it was good, man. It was. I mean, look, I'm not a wine guy to begin
Right.
with, but I like having a glass in my hand while I have a conversation
Absolutely.
with friends, and it more than served that purpose for me.
That's awesome.
Trying to be all sophisticated, right? So that's how we roll. So yeah, great wine selection. Obviously, wino. $9 a glass. They also have, the spritz, the Paris Rosé spritz, etc. Also $9. They have oysters at the happy hour, $3 a pop.
Okay.
And so if you're thinking about a nice, sparkling wine with for $9 and 3-piece oysters for $3, that's a good little light snack right there.
Wow. Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited about Wino, right on Commons next to Durango Casino and everything like that, which is a great up-and-coming spot in the Southwest. So
Cool.
really quickly, it is Monday to Fridays, 2 to 5 p.m. So, nothing on the weekends, but that's okay because you want to be there on the weekends or during the weekdays anyways, because that's just like the nice light afternoon snack
Yeah.
you want to do. And by the way, it's out on Commons. If you feel like something a little more robust, you can go to Rare Society right down the
Yep.
street, and there you get your steak on. And they've also got a great happy hour, and I'm going to talk to you guys about that another time. But that's my wino.
Okay,
Loved
thank you
it.
very much.
Thank you. It is time for the news. Soul Belly Barbecue in the Arts District will host a pop-up dinner by Chef Lanny this Monday, August 25th. The Chop Champion will be offering ramen, dumplings, and egg rolls alongside a limited menu of Bruce Kalman's barbecue. Al spoke to Chef Lanny about that event.
We're going to do a pop-up at Soul Belly. I love Soul Belly. I love Bruce. Monday the 25th. It'll be 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Hopefully it'll be the first of many. I'm focusing on ramen because honestly, that's what people ask me for. And then the other big thing that people ask me for is my family egg roll recipe, which is wildly popular. I wish I could take credit for it, but it's been in the family a long time, and they're not like any other egg rolls that you've ever had. They're so good.
Okay, well, that sounds exciting, man. And I always want somebody who's going to give me a new take on an egg roll. So that sounds fantastic. Is it a ticketed event? Is it an a la carte event? What time is it going on? If people want to eat this food, they just roll into Soul Belly, or do they have to do something in advance?
Honestly, we're trying to keep it real easy. You just show up at Soul Belly. Soul Belly's going to have a limited menu that night. I'm not exactly sure, but I imagine it's going to be brisket, mac and cheese, and some of their favorites. And then, you just come to the counter, order your ramen, maybe a little bit of brisket, maybe a beer, have a great time.
How'd you get together with Bruce? You guys have known each other for a while, right?
I've known Bruce since he came to Vegas, and Soul Belly it'll always be really special to me. My wife and I actually had our first date at a Soul Belly pop-up in downtown. Bruce has been a great friend through the years. And Soul Belly will always be really, really special to me.
Cool. And how do you think your food goes with barbecue?
Actually, I think it works. Once upon a time, we did another pop-up here, and I did a ramen, and I used some of his bones. I forget what it was. I used some of his beef bones, and I made a beef ramen. We did it with some brisket, and it was awesome. Actually, pro tip: if I were coming to this event, I would get the pork belly ramen. I would get a couple slices of briskets, and I'd put that right on top. Probably get a little bit of whiskey, and it'd be delicious.
And the only restaurant ever awarded 3 Michelin stars, Joel Robuchon and the MGM Grand will celebrate 20 years in Las Vegas this fall, along with its more casual counterpart, L'Atelier de Joel Robuchon. And their gifts to foodies are a pair of anniversary menus available October 3rd through the 6th. The Robuchon menu will consist of the exact same 16-course meal Mr. Robuchon served on opening night. It's priced at $5.25 before wine, tax, or tip. L'Atelier will offer a 9-course menu for $2.55.
Yeah, man, 20 years.
I know.
I'm so fucking old.
That's
Not where I was
That's a
going
minute.
with that, but
Yeah, I mean, no, man, that was such a game changer. Robuchon and Guy Savoy coming around the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, we already had Alain Ducasse, but he wasn't really doing his crazy Alain
Right.
Ducasse thing. And yeah, after the American celebrity chef invasion, we got a couple of those French geniuses. I miss Mr. Robuchon. He loved my hair. He always wanted to have his picture taken with me. I have no idea whether he made fun of me or not. I don't
Right.
care. It was Joël Robuchon, and he wanted to take a fucking picture
Exactly.
with me, and he could do that anytime. And post it on his Facebook in French, where I had no idea what he was saying.
talking
right,
about.
exactly.
Okay with that. Oh, man, what else we got news-wise? Andrew and I had our little tour of Spa Aquay at the JW Marriott last week. And while we were there, we caught up on all the news about their restaurant lineup, most of which you probably have already heard, but maybe not all in one spot.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
First, the spa looks great, right? I mean, it's beautiful. They do private parties there now.
Yep.
You can make it your health club. You can
I'm
join
excited because it's so
Yeah.
close to my house.
Exactly. It used to. I mean, it was always nice. It was the Zen garden
Yeah.
type of thing. So very tranquil, very peaceful, and they've rebooted it, and it looks fantastic.
Amazing.
And like you said, it's accessible. I mean, I think the monthly membership there is $165 a month.
If you do it for a year, if you take it for a year, yeah.
package.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. You get all the bells and whistles there. That's pretty good deal. Plus, you're right near all the food program that they
Yeah.
have there. So-
Plus, they do parties and shit in there. They do private events in there.
Yeah.
They do member parties, I believe. And catering those parties will be Wino.
Wino.
And the new Wino opens up at JW Marriott.
Yep.
So
Perfect.
I told you there was a food angle in this. We also got sort of the lowdown. We know that there's a pizza place coming by Fabio
Yep.
Viviani. His other restaurant's
Yep.
already there.
A dumpling place or
No Moi, a New York City Michelin star dim sum place,
Dim sum,
is
yeah.
coming. I don't know the dates on those. So, it's cool. JW Marriott, I sound like I get paid by them, and trust me, I don't. I pay them a lot of money when I go on vacation. It's a brand that I really, really enjoy.
Absolutely.
When I'm away, it fits me in. Like, I'm not quite up to Ritz-Carlton, Four Seasons, adulthood
Waldorf, yeah.
yet, but I'm definitely outgrown like W's, and I like that JW Marriott brand, and they're really bringing some food to this one here in Vegas, so I'm psyched for that.
The one in Summerlin, they've just renovated both lobbies, a bunch of rooms. They've got a bunch of new restaurants coming in. And they have the mainstays, the Hawthorne Grill. They have Jade.
Yep.
They're both great. And honestly, great happy hours, too.
Yeah.
I mean,
And Hawthorne Grill, by the way, is on Neon Feast,
Yes,
one of
it
the
is.
best off-strip steakhouses.
Yep.
I believe Eric Lullier is still doing the food over there. A fantastic local French-born
Love
chef,
it.
but he's been in Vegas for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Birds Behind the Bar, Hawthorne Grill. He's awesome.
Yes. Okay, for more news, remember to always read Bob Barnes' weekly dining and entertainment news column in the brand new news section of our website. Write this down, bookmark it, unbookmark that old site because it's going to be sending you someplace else really soon. But foodandloathing.vegas. You can listen to the current issue of the current podcast. You could stream it right there. We're probably going to add a page where we have a whole archive of the podcast down there. And then you get your news. And every Tuesday, Bob Barnes comes in and he gives you what is new, what you should be doing, right? So this week, he's got info on an August 23rd pasta making class at La Strega and on Honey Salt's upcoming bandanas and barbecue dinner, which I went to last year. It was a lot of fun. He tells you about an August 30th bottle share at Mission Control, a Cosmopolitan Food Hall block party that same day, August 30th. And he has news on the new menus at Italy and Lago, as well as Dan Cromer's Durango Social Club, which I just changed my reservation from Thursday to Friday, but I will be there this weekend.
Nice.
He also takes a deep dive into Amari Kitchen and Wine Shop as his pick of the week. So always
Really?
read Bob Barnes. Stuff we don't cover here, he's got you over there. Listen to Highway Radio. You hear my reports. Subscribe to the Happy Hour newsletter, Happy Hour Vegas newsletter, because we're contributing to that.
Yep.
You'll find links to some of our material over there. How do
Yep.
people subscribe to that, man?
HappyHourVegas.com. You'll see the subscribe buttons throughout the site. Definitely subscribe because we call it the Happy Hour Club.
Yep.
And that gives you exclusive first account
I love
on what's going
getting
on
that
there.
email every pops up. I get really happy. I get to see what's going on, where we're going to eat next.
So mission accomplished. She gets really happy from a Happy Hour newsletter.
right.
All right.
Better than the politicians who email me every month, hey, man, telling me that.
Seriously.
So yeah,
things I already know.
we take a lot of insight and a lot of news from Food and Loathing. Vegas. So you're always going to find the links there and like that as well.
Cool. Well, thank
Yep.
you very much. That is about it for this week. Big thanks to Chef Paco and the team at, say it, Pronounce it for me. properly.
Alebrijes.
Alebrijes. There we go. We've all got it down. Thank you to the entire team for hosting us this week, feeding us so incredibly
Oh, my
well.
God.
Yeah, even the chalupines.
Yes.
Grasshopper.
Andrew, man, I want to thank you for coming and joining us in person. It was a lot of fun. I hope you'll do it again in the future.
I had a blast. You can definitely, I mean, especially you get to feed me like this.
Right?
You know? Come
Can't
on.
go wrong.
We try to make it worth people's while. Also, thanks to Lanny Chin and Lawrence Longo for speaking with me. I'm Al Mancini on behalf of Gemini Stevens and our producer, Rich Johnson, with Andrew Morgan. Thank you for listening and stay hungry.